There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no Queen of England.
And most importantly, there is no future with Matt Rhule. At the end of the day, I think this comes down to, David Tepper just not admitting that, his investment failed. He is a famous hedge investor. I mean, he's a multi-billionaire. But at the end of the day, I don't think he wants to admit that his guy failed. Cuz let's think about it this way. He inherited a team with Ron Rivera on his last leg with the team, with an oft injured Cam Newton. And basically, he booted Ron Rivera out because he wanted his own guy in Matt Rhule. He hired Matt Rhule. It's like a kid, you raise your kid, but eventually your kid gotta go to college. Or in this sense, Matt Rhule needs to go back to college. But anyways, like I'm saying, he doesn't want to let go. I feel like he has strong ties with Matt Rhule, even though Matt Rhule isn't successful as a head coach in the NFL. But I feel like that's his guy. So letting him go is like probably hard for him. Just saying, because you know that's an investment to him. This whole team, everybody who he's hired, is an investment to him, and he probably doesn't want to admit his own failure. All right, so I owe someone an apology. Pat Elfline, I owe you an apology. I've been calling for Bradley Bozeman to start at center, but he is much improved. I must admit, I am so proud of Pat, and I'm so proud of Austin Corbett and Icky. Like y'all are doing y'all thing out there. I can't even be mad at that. Icky, your first week was a little rough. I understand that you were facing Myles Garrett and the Browns pass rush. I'll give you a pass on that. He's come a long way, man. And I really truly believe that possibly Icky's the best first round pick we've had since Matt Rhule took over, honestly. Besides maybe JC Horn. JC Horn's playing lights out right now, but I still need a full season from him. But right now I'd say Icky he's definitely doing it. I know a lot of people are coming from, and I know they want the axe, and I do too. But like, I don't want to hate you, Matt Rhule. I really don't. It's just the results aren't there, man. This is your third season. You're 11-26 as a head coach. You brought in new coaches with NFL experience this year, and it's just not working, man. It's not working. I don't know if our struggles are strictly the players on the field, although I really doubt it, or it's the coaching. I'm pretty sure it's the coaching though, because I'm like, we have the talent to succeed, we just not doing it. We just not going out there and making plays, especially the offense, man. Like, I don't know why you hired Ben McAdoo, dog. If at this point you should have just kept Joe Brady, because I mean, at least with Joe Brady, we was making plays. I mean, Sam Darnold wasn't a world beater, but like, bruh, at least his passes are getting over the O line. Baker Mayfield, his passes getting batted down every other play, man. I'm like, dog, I don't know if you can blame that on the offensive line like you did in the press conference, because the offensive line is playing their asses off right now. I'm not gonna cap. You can't blame it on them. I'm like, at the end of the day, Baker's just not getting it done. I don't want to say it's a talent issue, but like, Baker, you got to work on that, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a hater. I'm not a Baker hater. I'm not coming out here saying, we should bench Mayfield and all that, but like, this is a mental game, man. You got to get over that. You're going to have to get over them passes being bad down the line, man. You got to change your form or something, man. Because I'm like, this is not cutting it, dogs. They're really not cutting it at the end of the day. And we getting tired of it as fans, man. And I know in your press conference you was like, the fans aren't the one in the locker room, but the fans are the ones paying your bills, man. You about to get booted out of here. You about to be a career backup if you don't tighten it up, man. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you as a passionate fan, all right? Nobody else is going to tell you this information. Everybody else in your camp is probably a yes man saying, oh man, it'll be fine. We'll just go into free agency. No, dog. If you want to be a starter in this league, like Stephen A said, you don't look like a starter right now. If you want to be a starter in this league, man, you got to tighten up, dog. Like, I understand this is only game 4 in a 17 game season, but like, man, this is mechanics at the end of the day. I've tried to give Baker the benefit of a doubt, but like, dog, if you can't get it going against Arizona, I don't know if you're gonna get it going against anybody. Like, for real, Arizona has a bottom 10 pass defense in the league. Like, all the stats I've seen, bottom 10. Like, the defense has to get credit because they're playing lights out right now. Like, the defense is the one that's keeping us in the games. You want to say, like, yeah, these are all losses, but these are very close losses or whatever. I think the Cardinals game was the worst loss we had all season. But again, the defense is keeping us in these games because the offense has almost next to zero production. And I don't understand it. We have a healthy Christian McCaffrey. We have the healthy DJ Moore. We have Laviska Shenault back. We have TMJ who's not even seeing the field. For some reason, I don't know why. And our tight ends are healthy, but they're just not pass catchers, And we're trying to make them that, and they're not. Ian Thomas is not known as, a top end pass catcher. He's a run blocker, man. You need to be helping CMC, but I don't get it. It's like we go away from the run game because we're already down because our offense couldn't step up in the first half, and so we're having to pass the ball, and then Baker's making some terrible reads and terrible throws that just he's either overthrowing receivers or just his accuracy is off, and that's just the deciding factor of games. Like I don't understand it. It's like we practice these things in practice. Why aren't the receivers and Baker on the same page? I understand this is a new playbook for him, and he didn't have a full training camp to learn the playbook. But, like, come on now. This is what? This is October now? You should at least be starting to figure it out. I mean, Tom Brady, he joined the Bucks in a COVID year. They couldn't do that, And, it took him some time, but he figured it out. It's not like you haven't had months now. You've had 2 months in the system, You should at least be, figuring it out with your receivers. And it's not looking good. It's looking very bleak because DJ Moore is our number one receiver and he's not getting targets. And, the targets he gets are like poor throws, So his people are saying, yeah, DJ Moore's production is down, but you have to look at the quarterback, It's on the quarterback to feed him and get him the ball. And, I don't want to say it's the same issue as Cleveland because obviously Cleveland is a different story. And, I don't know what happened in Cleveland with Baker and Odell. But, the rapport between DJ and Baker just isn't there. And that's what we're having to deal with 4 weeks into the season. Hopefully we can tighten it up, but it's only getting tougher from here. Like, the schedule only gets tougher from here. We have the 49ers and the Rams coming up. And we were already, the first half we were great against the Cardinals. In the second half, we just fell apart. You had no offense whatsoever. In the third quarter, I think there was a stat saying that we had 7 plays for 12 yards in the third quarter, and only 4 minutes time possession. 4 minutes out of a 15-minute quarter is never a key to success. The Cardinals were dominating from that point, and we just fell asleep. Our defense got tired because we're having to be on the field and bail out the offense every time. I know Brian Burns is like, yeah, we got the offense's back every time we come out on the field, but like, dog, there's only so much that the defense can do. At the end of the day, it's up to the offense to score points, and we're just not doing it. We're not cutting it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Ben McAdoo, maybe it's Matt Rhule. I'm not sure. We're just not doing it. And I could have told you that the Ben McAdoo was a last-ditch effort because nobody wants to come to Carolina and coach this conundrum of a team right now. Let's just be honest here. We are a mess. Ever since 2020, we've been a mess. We are on our third quarterback now. We have acquired 3 quarterbacks in 3 seasons. We had Teddy Bridgewater in 2020, Sam Darnold in 2021, and Baker Mayfield in 2022. And each one has gotten progressively worse. Now, I'm not here to say that Baker Mayfield's going to have a worse season than Sam Darnold because that is the main reason I will not call for Sam Darnold to be back as quarterback number 1. Last year, he had 9 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. We were god awful. Awful. Like, I don't want that again. Baker Mayfield already has half as many touchdowns as Sam Darnold did last year. So I don't think Sam Darnold's an upgrade if we were to bench Baker Mayfield. I don't even know if the answer's on the team. Just be honest. PJ Walker isn't it. Baker so far isn't it. But there's still, 12 or 13 more games to go to really see if he is the quarterback for next year or even the future. I'm not even going to say the future at this point because we might have a whole new staff. We might clean house. Dave Tepper might be like, all right, time is up. Enough is enough. We're just going to clean house. Everybody new players, new regime, new system, everything. And honestly, we might get a top 5 pick. Just saying, man. My expectations are so low right now. It's crazy. I have faith in my team, but like what they've done is they've destroyed that faith. They've thrown it away at every opportunity. I don't know what the direction of this team is. and we don't have a team identity. So I don't know where to put my faith in this team after this. We're 1-3. The schedule is looking tough coming up anyway. I don't see this changing around. I just really don't. And honestly, at this point, I think Matt Rhule's on his last leg. If he's not going to be fired by mid-season, he'll be fired at the end of the season. Because there's only so much patience you can have. Dave Tepper has preached patience and patience. Every single article I've read on the internet is talking about Dave Tepper is patient with Matt Rhule. He wants to turn it around. It's not being turned around, man. I'm sorry. It's just not. It's not cutting it. And everybody's exposing us now. Every single media market can expose us now. You wonder why we don't get primetime games. This is why. Our play is awful. Our motivation's awful. I don't know who on this team is going to step up and say enough is enough. It's kind of just like we're accepting mediocrity, and that's not a recipe for success going forward. It's part of it is on Matt Rhule and the things he's telling the team, like trust the process. It took Jay-Z 7 years. Why are you accepting that? Why is that an acceptable quote? For this team, we don't really want to take 7 years to turn this team around and make it successful again. That's not what we're doing here, Matt. And, it's like no one here is saying, hey, this is it. It's like Matt Rhule's leash is like just it's still long. He should be on a short leash at this point because we're not seeing the results that we need to know that this team is going to be successful moving forward and into the future. And it's like I said, we don't have a future with Matt Rhule. I've been saying this. It's not just me just chanting out things. It's like literally every single time he has an opportunity to prove himself as a viable head coach, he disappoints. And I'm like, he's happy with it because he could probably go back to college and get a top-ranked college head coaching job. He's fine. And even if we fire him, he has a 7-year, $60 million contract. So I feel like he just doesn't care, Or maybe he does care and it's just, it's just not cutting it out. I don't know. I don't know if we can turn it around, man, but hey, if y'all like the video, please make sure to leave a like, leave a comment. Please make sure to subscribe, share with your friends. I should have more Carolina Panthers videos, Virginia Tech Hokie videos, and just overall sports and, NFL videos. I want to get into NBA. We'll see about that when the season comes up. But in the meantime, thank y'all for supporting this channel. Thank you for watching the video. And we out, man.